A warrior never dies till his death. This is what comes to your mind when you think about a certain character in the world of Indian cricket named Sourav Ganguly.
Nagpur 2008, India versus Australia. Saurav's last test. 85 in the first innings and a Bradmanesque 0 in the second. As he walked back to the pavilion for the final time, Sourav looked up.
I think it was just an instant reaction, and all that was in my mind is when I got out and went back halfway down the ground, I realized that I will not walk out to bat for India anymore. So it was end of a 13-14 year career.
I love this part of Kolkata, an absolute departure from the matter-of-fact cold metro. I can hear the buzz of so many dreams at work. This is Kolkata Maidan, where many great players, good players and not so good players discover their path. And the quest is still on. This is the Taltola ground, and on the other side, with the basketball court, is the police tent. And here, this ground with the gallery is the Aryan Club. I think there's a bit of Britain still left in them. My destination now is Dukhiram Coaching Center. When I started to study Sourav, I was looking for his first real cricket experience. I'm sure he had a few at home with his cricketer brother around, but those were not of much significance. But this place certainly deserves to start his cricketing tale. It may not be the most modern, well-equipped cricket academy, but it certainly treasures the virgin moment when Sourav first faced his serious delivery or drove his maiden cover drive. In this modest light of shadow and sun, his journey began.
বড় ছেলেটাই তো ক্রিকেট খেলতো, ওকে ছোটবেলা থেকে আমি এরকমভাবে তৈরি করেছিলাম। তখন আমি সিএবি সেক্রেটারি ছিলাম। তো এ আসতো না, এ ফুটবল নিয়ে ব্যস্ত থাকতো। হঠাৎ একদিন বাড়িতে আমাকে জিজ্ঞেস করছে, আচ্ছা বাপি, দাদা এত খেলে আন্ডার 15, আন্ডার 17, তা আমি কেন খেলতে পারি না? তো তখন 11-12 বছরের পরে বলে, আমাকে একটু খেলাও না। আমি বলি, তুই তো খেলতে জানিস না। বলে, কেন জানিস না? চলো নিচে বল করো, আমি ব্যাট করছি, দেখবে চলো। দেয়ালে ঢাং করে মারছে। তা আমি তার রাজকে বললাম, রাজ ওকে একটা জায়গায় ভর্তি করে দে, তুই ওকে নিয়ে আয়। ওকে ওর মাকে বলতাম, তুমি ওকে নিয়ে একদিন করে এসো, নেটে প্র্যাকটিস করুক, ইয়ে করুক।
We both used to play in our lawn in our house. My dad made a concrete wicket over there so that we can practice with nets on over there. And we used to get all the bowlers from our local para. They used to bowl in dews or cambys. In young age we used to play a lot of cambys, but when we start playing like Vijay Martin, then I used to play on dews, but Sourav used to play in cambys. Like that way he generated interest in cricket.
Sourav grew up playing all sorts of sports. Football was his passion. Cricket was never his favorite. The Maradonas ruled his heart, not the Gavaskars. But the cricketing atmosphere in the family gradually got the better of him. The Maradonas had to make way for the Gavaskars, though his mother never failed to remind him that he was a student too.
না, ওর পড়াশোনাতে মনও ছিল, ও যতই খেলাধুলো করুক কিন্তু পড়াটাও ঠিকভাবে চালিয়ে যেত। সারাদিন খেলতো কিন্তু আমি অনেক রাত্রির অবধি বসে পড়াতাম। টিউশন থেকে আসতো, একদিন 12টা 1টা বেজে যেত রাত্রি, তখনও পড়াশোনা করতো, শুধু খেলা নিয়েও থাকতো না কোনোদিন।
I used to come and just enjoy. It was more of an opportunity to get away from my mom, who used to want me to study. An opportunity to get away from home, come and spend time outside.
Does the Southpaw remember his first ever 100 at his favourite Eden Gardens?
Yes, I do actually. I've got fond memories of this place. At that time, I think I was 14-year-old. I was practicing at Dukhiram coaching center, just like that. My school holidays had finished, so I used to go there every afternoon with no kit, just to spend time and get away from home. So I practiced for 2-3 days, and Mr. Ashok Mustafi, then, who was the coach there, said that Bengal has requested them to give some players from the academy who would come and play those practice games. So he asked me whether you would want to play. I said yes, of course I'll want to play. I came here. I remember it was a Sunday. It was Sunday and it was absolutely empty. There was no one. And Orissa was a very strong team then. It was an under 15 side, but most of them looked under 19. So I got my brother's bat and gloves and pads, and I came out to play here, and I just played. I just enjoyed batting. They dropped me, I think, 5 or 6 times in different parts of the ground, and by evening I was batting on 100.
Saurav's first trip to England happened decades ago, but he can still smell the baked beans, fresh toast, and walk down memory lane to recall the day one of the greatest one-day opening pairs of the world started their partnership.
I think it was 1988. I think that was the first time I went. On the first trip, Rahul wasn't there. It was Sachin, Vinod, Jadeja, and few other players who went on to play for India. The second time when I went back again in '89, then there was Rahul Dravid.
With Saurav, I met him long time ago when I think I was 12 or 13. 13, we went to England together and got to know him very well. We spent about a month together.
I still remember we landed in central London, and moved on to stay at the Westminster School. It's probably the best school I've seen in my life. The first year in 1988, we were given dormitories. So I still remember I lived in there were 4 of us sharing a room which used to be a prison for the monks. And there were no windows. It was pitch dark. In the night when you switched off the lights and went off to sleep, you couldn't see anything. You couldn't see the person next to you. And we used to have a big, massive coach in England, and how comfortable that place is. You travel from one place to another, and you play in those beautiful grounds. I remember my first 100 was at the Westminster School cricket ground. It's one of the loveliest cricket grounds I've seen, right in the heart of central London. I still remember Mike Brearley had come over to watch the game for us, and I had got 100 on a pitch which did a bit. I was young. I was 14, 15 then, so it was fantastic. We used to finish the day's play. We used to pack our bags and put it at the back of the bus, and we used to be on the coach.